Daily Horoscope, the 27th of September 2017. Aries. This Mars position will give you an irresistible charm and will also make you very sentimental. You will bathe in a climate of happiness and complicity with your spouse or partner. And you will complain to the bachelors. Native Solitaire, Saturn in harmonic aspect will give you desire for stability and commitment. If you fall in love, as will most likely be the case today, you will not rush, and you will only start if you can consider a life of two. You can only congratulate you on the influence of Jupiter, the planet of luck and success, in your career sector. You will finally reap the result of your efforts. For all, a clear improvement is in sight. In some cases, the harvest will be substantial. Important promotion, highlighting, successes of all kinds are possible. Taurus. A day decidedly placed under the sign of love. For most natives, it will be a day of tenderness and understanding in couple. For some, there will be a very important meeting. For those of the second decan, the situation will be less comfortable. Already linked, they risk falling desperately in love with someone else, that will plunge them into the greatest perplexity. Before giving in to their inclination, they will have to measure the risks involved and ask if it is worth it. The current astral situation does not seem conducive to the realization of a project in which you have invested heavily. It is useless to be impatient, we must wait for more favorable circumstances. Gemini. The conjugal climate will be warmed up singularly thanks to the action of the planet Venus. It will not yet be the hot passion between you and your partner, but things will tend to improve at a glance. Still a little effort, and you will leave for a new honeymoon. Venus will also be favorable to bachelors, who will want to seduce and be seduced. For some, its impact will result in a very enjoyable adventure. Some solitary ones are going to know a decisive thunderbolt. This aspect of Uranus, quite verbally violent, can be useful if you want to face an unfriendly employer, or empty an abscess in a quarrel with someone who works with you or for you. Cancer. Mercury will have a positive impact on all the natives of the sign. If you are married, you will be much more serene and patient, which will have positive consequences on your life as a couple. If you are lonely, the frustration of recent times will quickly end, you will be more surrounded, and your chances of encounter will skyrocket. The enticing professional proposals will multiply. You will be spoiled for choice. And it is precisely the choice that will prove delicate. Try to make the difference and beware of the mirrors to the larks. Lion. With Jupiter, a planet of ease and fulfillment, influencing the area of your encounters, love, inevitably, will be at the rendezvous. And as Pluto will also be in the vicinity, to love will be added what is necessary of passion, of sensuality, and even a point of jealousy. The most spoiled will be the bachelors. For couples, Neptune makes the business more ambiguous. If you are happy together, it might give a romantic breath to your feelings. On the other hand, if your relationship breaks down, it could dictate to you some adjustments. In the work, you will have no difficulty in achieving your goals, helped by your ingenuity, your sense of persuasion and the generous cooperation of Jupiter. However, do not be too greedy. Limit yourself to paying attention to anything that is of practical interest in the short term, because it is in this area that you are most comfortable. Virgin. Under the protection of the Sun and Venus, your love life should go through a phase to be marked with a white stone. Those of you who are married will find an exceptional agreement with their spouse. If your heart is free, your charm will wreak havoc. Moreover, you will be on your side of the mood to fall very in love. Open your eyes, the thunderbolt will look out for you, and it's a beautiful story that can start. On the job side, the good auspices you will enjoy today do not prevent you from acting with circumspection. Some proposals should be the subject of careful study by you. If necessary, seek advice from a specialist. This will avoid any setbacks. Libra. Venus in harmonic aspect will protect your married life. This day will be pleasant to live, marked by a renewal of sensuality and passion. But be careful, if your couple goes through a major crisis, Venus alone will not be able to correct the situation, and you should not be too elusive. Bachelor, you will make real ravages. Beware of those around you. Yet, even if you juggle with hearts, you will arrange to avoid complications. At work, you can create tenacious and dangerous antagonisms through a triumphalist attitude. You will have everything to gain by keeping a low profile. On the other hand, do not waste your time dwelling on hostile opinions or slanders, for when the root is deep, why fear the wind? When the tree is upright, why grieve if the moon makes an oblique shadow? Chinese proverb. Scorpio. Marital love will be under good auspices. If you have neglected your spouse or partner lately, you will have time to take care of him and win, or regain, his favors. The day will be conducive to good relationships and exquisite complicities. Bachelor, you will think you have profited by your liberty, and you will now think of founding a home. Rejoice. The ideal person, you will have great chances to meet her during this day. Heaven will be perfectly clear, and you will have the opportunity to consolidate your professional situation without having to give too much effort. Your relations with your colleagues and collaborators will be placed under the sign of dialogue and tolerance, which will create a pleasant and stimulating climate. Sagittarius. Overall, mutual relationships will be good for married couples, despite some small clashes most often due to your two-hole character. In fact, you do not always act with the necessary objectivity, creating small useless conflicts. Bachelor, at home, love will grow during this day. Buy new clothes or fashionable accessories. Change your makeup or your hairstyle. Think also a small gift for the person of your intentions. Jupiter and Venus will give you the support of luck and will allow you to work in a friendly and pleasant atmosphere. This will probably not cause you to have a devastating ambition, but at least you will be happy to go to work. Capricorn. The stars Uranus and Mercury will be in beautiful harmony, which should put you on a small cloud. The newlyweds will be in full honeymoon, as for couples a little breathless, a bit of romanticism, tenderness, and left for a ride. Bachelor, needless to say that, in view of this astral atmosphere, your need to seduce will be limitless. This should make you a passionate favorite, and much more if affinities. In your business, your chances of success will be more real, more concrete than ever. Increase your efforts to reach your goals and not to turn away from it afterwards. Avoid the awkwardness and imprudence that would put you in a delicate situation. You will not need it for the moment, nor ever. Aquarius. Your conjugal love will be rather tumultuous, because you will often beat on the head. It is certain that the agreement will be affected and that lively discussions will make it somewhat precarious. Be careful not to go beyond a simple argument. Bachelor, you will have to admit that heaven forsakes you. Indeed, considering this astral atmosphere, you have very little chance of making a serious encounter in the immediate future. And since you do not like adventures, you risk having a good time solo. With the support of Mars, you can consider projects to transform or expand your business. But the essential prerequisite for success will be that you enter into the details when calculating the financial implications. Do not see too great, at the risk of seeing everything fall into the water. Before building the tower, we must calculate the expense. Gospel. Pisces. You should treat your spouse or partner with the utmost delicacy. Do not show your aggressiveness, as it could have surprising reactions if you push it. So be careful. The natives of the second decan will have to be particularly careful. A conflict that breaks out within their couple today will have disproportionately large proportions and could lead to a painful rupture or disaster. In your work, much patience will be necessary if you want to overcome the resistance that you will oppose. Meticulously weave your spider web, you will fall at the right moment.